Hi, I'm Doug Johnson with CyberTrust IT, and today we're going to be talking about VoIP, Voice over IP. What is VoIP? VoIP stands for Voice over IP. It's a telephone system that utilizes the internet instead of traditional telephone lines. What are some of the ways that VoIP can help your business? Well, using a voice over IP system can free your business from being constrained to a on-premise telephone system, i.e., your employees don't have to be in the office at their desk to answer the phone. And with COVID and the way things have changed, this has been increasingly important when people are starting to work from home. With voice over IP telephone system gives your business the flexibility to be able to send your employees home with your phone, to redirect their calls to a cell phone, to create a call center ring group to redirect inbound calls as necessary. Um, there are also a lot of features with it that allow for instance, voicemail to email, voicemail to text transcription, transfer to cell phones if the desk phone is not available. So I'm asked, how is VoIP better than, a phone system like Grasshopper, which basically, distributes calls to landlines and cell phones. VoIP, it's cool, man. There's a lot of really great features that are included in a VoIP system. Like, for instance, point of presence. So you can have a window open on your computer and you can see where all your team members are, if they're logged in, if they're available, if they're on the phone. There's, call reporting, there's call queues. You can pick up the phone. You could be in your home office and you could pick up the phone and just press the button for Mike, and the phone rings in Mike's house, which is, across the country. So it really allows you to operate as if you're in the office when you're not in the office. As well as other features as, text to email, voicemail to text, text to email, um, you know, call routing features, call forwarding features, um, integration with applications such as Salesforce or other CRMs where you bring up a customer record and you can just press a button and dial directly out. Or when the customer calls you, it pops a window and it tells you who's calling. So, and brings their record up so that when you pick up the phone, you've already got the customer's record in front of you. Apps that you can put on your cell phone so that you can be out and about and you can still answer the calls from that come to your office to your voice over IP telephone on your cell phone. And when you place calls out using the app on your cell phone, the company number goes out as well. So you're not exposing your private cell phone number and having clients get used to start calling you back a number direct. So just a multitude of features that are available with voice over IP that bring the business a tremendous amount of flexibility, not to mention cost savings. The cost savings are tremendous using VoIP over using a traditional on-prem business telephone system. I only see it usually like smaller companies that have never had a phone system and they've just always used their cell phones. It comes up like, well, we just use our cell phones, so why do we need this? If a company is, larger, 10 people or more, and they've had an on-prem system or they've had people in an office, typically doesn't come up. Um, the thing that I see the most is that people are like, hey, we use our cell phones, but here's the problem. Whenever our sales reps call our customers, they get the customer's cell phone number, and then the customers are calling them direct, and we have no way to track, we have no way to report on calls or productivity. So, how does VoIP work with COVID 19? So, with many of our clients, when COVID 19 hit, first of all, I needed to send their employees home. So, our clients that were already on VoIP systems, it's as simple as the employee picked up their desk phone and they took it home and they plugged it in and they were immediately working. So, calls were flowing to their phone. They could call out with the company number going out. They could accept inbound calls coming into the company main number. They could communicate with employees exactly the same from their home office as they could from when they were in the office. That was a game changer for a lot of clients because they immediately could transition to the work from home model. Clients who weren't on VoIP had a little bit more of a struggle with that, and that the calls are still coming into their on-premise-based phone system in their office, but there's nobody in the office to answer the phones, so they had to be forwarded to cell phones. If you're on the phone with a client and a call gets forwarded to your cell phone, it rings busy. That call may be lost. If you call a client back from your cell phone, the client has your cell phone number now as opposed to the company number. So you now no longer have any kind of reporting on productivity and call routing and how calls are being handled and if calls are being dropped, which can affect your customer service. So there were a lot of issues around that which didn't occur for companies that were already on VoIP or companies that moved to VoIP very quickly. With voice over IP, they had the flexibility to do business from anywhere as usual. Thank you for joining us today, where we've been talking about voice over IP. We invite you to visit our website at cybertrust-it.com for more information and a free telecommunications assessment.